Yo, what's up today, guys? Hope you're having a great day as always. Now, today's commentary is over a gameplay, which is it's actually pretty neat because it's my first time ever playing Blitz. The game's been out for almost 2 months, but I've never played, and that was just a horrible shot on my part, and even worse on his part. Right there. Um, this is the first time I've played Blitz. And this was actually the second game of the day that I had. I got on pretty late and had it warmed up. We lost the first map. This is a game battles map. We lost the first map. These guys are absolutely. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't want to diss them or anything, but their record is horrible. Let's just say that it was at 2-15 when we played them. And I'll spoil it for you. We ended up losing. Not really something that's been new for us. I think we're gonna have to make some changes or something because it's pretty annoying constantly losing and all that. Um, yeah, obviously no one wants to do that, but especially when you're losing to like people of this quote-unquote caliber. And again, I don't want to disrespect them or anything, but their record is very, very bad. But that's why you can't take anyone lightly, and that's I don't ever play thinking that wow, these guys are just horrible and we don't even have to try or whatnot, because it's just a waste of time if you're not going to try. That's my opinion. And so anyway, this is on Warhawk as well. So Warhawk is one of my favorite maps. I really, really enjoy the game battles variant and the MLG maps, if you will. I know they're not created by game battles or MLG, but they are essentially used in game battles and MLG very much and exclusively. They have a certain number of certain set of maps, I guess, because the default settings. I think when you play game battles on default settings, you can get these any map in the game or something like that. And on Clan Wars, which is the kind of trying to be like League play from Black Ops 2, but it's not. In Clan Wars you get a lot of those weird maps that you wouldn't be playing, and they're maps that you really don't want to be playing because they're too big and just there's no reason to play them, because in most of the competitive games you will never play them. So that's just something to think about. If you want to be getting better, I think you should only be playing the maps that are really the maps that you're going to be seeing. So that's kind of what we've been doing, and trying to stray away from any maps that are more random. And here, my only objective for this, because of course, we didn't really have a strategy. It was my first Blitz game. I've only watched Blitz, and I thought it was pretty cool, but only in the competitive game sense, not in the sense that I'd want to play it as, for example, in a public match, because I think that would be very, very annoying, and I don't really see it, because the whole point of this, in my opinion, is just communication. There's no reason to play this if you don't want to communicate. If you don't want to communicate, and you just want to play a public match, you can go play like Team Deathmatch or something and not communicate. You can kind of get away with that. But in Blitz, it's all about positioning and teamwork and calling out, and that the sort of stuff that makes a good team a good team. And I thought I did a pretty damn good job this first game of Blitz. Overall, my objective was just to continually rush the spawn, because from what I heard, one of the coaches, believe Mr. X from Complexity, was saying that he thinks that the best way to win a game of Blitz is just by constant pressure on the other team. And in my opinion, the way you do that is by constantly, being up in their face, not allowing them any time to breathe. You gotta just basically go ham. Just go ham. Just keep rushing them, and that's kind of what I was doing this entire time. I think part of why we lost, because we ended up well, we do end up. I'm going to show the video. We end up losing by 1, and and I think part of it was just there's just a severe lack of communication. No one knew what the other. I mean, aside from me, I was trying to at least make it known that I was just going to rush the whole time and not be playing defense unless it was absolutely necessary, or if I felt like it. But we didn't really have a plan, and you're going to see on this side, I think the other three players on my team tended to play defense a little bit too much and were too passive, and then it didn't even work out. I mean, because the other team scored, in my opinion, when they shouldn't have. In a normal circumstance, I don't think they would have. They should not have. They definitely should not have won this game with the way that they were playing. They were really not playing well at all. I mean, you can just see I took out 3 of them on the way to the Blitz, the goal, if you will. I don't know exactly what to call it, but yeah, I think I think some people are obviously not as dedicated to winning or learning how to win, and I think that might be part of it. And there definitely wasn't anyone to blame solely for this loss. We lost as a team. But yeah, you can see that they're I just get my specialist bonus on these guys. I thought for sure, like, there's no how can we lose? I mean, I've been killing them in their spawn. I don't know how they're gonna push up and score. I just don't see how that. I even run out of ammo on my primary weapon. I got to pick up someone else's weapon, and then this ninja guy gets a 2-piece. Like, we're in a perfect spot right now, and look at the map. Look at the top left hand side. Look at how defensive my team is playing for no apparent reason. Because if you're playing this defensive and then you die, then they can run like a rally on your goal, and this guy just gets incredibly lucky. Because I spawned there and I knew I got the call out, but the guy, for some reason, I don't know what the hell. So yeah, as you can see on this, just we're not pushing up. Now Relentless here is pushing up with me, which I haven't seen him do since that first side. I think yeah, again, we're just not being very aggressive, and when the opportunity arises, we need to take advantage of it. We need to start getting more of a rally going here, especially when we're killing this many of them. We can't just let them respawn and then come back. And see, here we score again. We're up 3 with less than 2.5 minutes left. How can you blow this? How can you blow this lead? I really, it's mind-boggling. Which is, it's good to go and back and watch the VOD and kind of analyze where everyone is. And look, they just scored. We have 3 people in our base. No one is pushed up except for me. And I think that's the wrong decision, just because we do not need that many people. Look, we don't need people just sitting there playing defense the entire time. Look, still, see, just keep an eye on that minimap, because we're having too many people play passively, and they're still scoring. The enemy team is somehow still scoring, even though we have this many people back playing defense. I don't know how it happens. I think the callouts weren't there. I think some of us, or some people on the team, don't know the callouts as well. And I'll be honest, in respawn game types, it's a lot harder to make the callouts because it happens so quickly. And in Search and Destroy, you have a lot of more time to process it, and it's really not as difficult to call out in Search and Destroy as it is in a respawn game type such as Domination and Blitz. And so anyway, you can see now we've absolutely blown the lead. They are now up by 1, and there's only 50 seconds left on this. At this point, I think we should have maybe 2 people on D, but we got to play offense. We're not gonna win by just containing it at this score. We absolutely have to push up. And I think that the team as a whole didn't realize that. Maybe I should have said something. It's a lot to process. It's easy to watch it in on the video to see what's going on and what's going wrong, but to actually make all the proper callouts while the game is going on, that's a lot more difficult. And I think you'll see here that I actually end up getting a clutch one. I thought this was to tie the game, but again, we have 3 people back at, and we somehow give up another cap to end up costing us the game, which we should not have lost to these guys at all. I don't know, maybe you guys have some thoughts and opinions on this, but overall, I'm pretty upset at this. And but anyway, guys, I'll see you very soon, and peace.